Hey guys, went to Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina yesterday. Had a great time. Picked up a lot of good stuff. I'm probably going to have to split this into several parts. Um, at least three, I'm guessing, maybe four. I picked up it's about a long box full, almost full, and great deals. Um, Lots of great artists, which I'm going to have to do a separate video just for the autographs and tell a few stories from some of the people that were there. Um, so it's held every year, Heroes Con every year during Father's Day. Next year it's going to be a little bit later. It's going to be on the 19th. So, that'll be fine. But anyway, this was my 25th straight year going to this con, and every year if you've seen some of my past videos, I may have complained and, said it wasn't good or whatever, but truth of the matter is there's been very few years where I've gone and haven't come back with good stuff, and this year was no exception. I'm going to go ahead and start out with the comics. I picked up Sin City, Lost, Lonely, and Lethal. Not familiar with this particular chapter of Sin City, but I'm pretty sure I got this for 50 cents or a quarter. There were lots of those late in the day on Saturday, quarter bins, 50-cent bins, that were dollar bins earlier in the day. So if you go and you can stick around toward the end of the day, the last couple of hours, a lot of times you can go ahead and get Sunday deals on Saturday, which was pretty cool. Also picked up Stray Bullets, number 7. Like this series. Lapham did a great job with it. I've got several other issues of this series, and it's really good. Got War for the Planet of the Apes from Boom Studios, number 1. I love Planet of the Apes. Was also able to pick up a couple of Walking Dead. Got number 163 and number 136. Got these out of 50-cent bins, if I'm not mistaken. Picked up DC Comics Presents Annual number 1 with Superman and the Golden Age of Superman. Wanted to read this story for a while, and anyway, picked it up. I think it was 50 cent or a quarter of 50 cent. Got Superman Doomsday, Hunter Prey, book 3 and book 2. I picked up book 1 in a recent haul, so now I can go ahead and read the story and complete it. Anyway, got Superman, number 269. Got War Story, Carlos Ezquerra, Condors. This was, well, as you can see, it was a Vertigo series that was put out back in the early 2000s, I believe. Yeah, early 2000s. Garth Ennis wrote all of these. These are some of the best war stories I've ever read. There's one called J for Jenny, Draft Dodgers, I believe, is one. No, D-Day Dodgers, called D-Day Dodgers, and there's several other ones that go along with this. Like I said, they were put out one a year for several years. I think this is the last one that I needed. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, if you like war comics and you want to see realistic ones, pick this series up in the cheap bins, because I'm telling you, they're very good. Got Marvel Team Up, Annual number 5, with Spider-Man, The Thing, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, and Quasar. Another quarter book. Picked this Jimmy Olsen special up because it's signed. I haven't looked online yet to see if I can tell who it is, but I think this one is signed by Bernard Chang, the artist. I'm 100% sure I picked this one up for 50 cents, which I thought was pretty cool. Got Miracle Man from Marvel, number 14. They had about 8 different covers for this one, but in my opinion, this was the coolest cover of all the ones they had, so picked it up. Still in the bag, never even been opened. Got the Mini Ghosts of Dr. Graves, number 40 from Charlton Comics. Again, I think this one was a quarter, so picked it up. Shout out to Charlton 66. Got the Witching Hour, number 20. This one again, this was another quarter 50-cent book. Let's see. Got Cerebus in Hell, number 0. And number 1. This was a 4-issue, well, if you count the 0 issue, 5 issues that Dave Sim put out in 2017 to celebrate Cerberus's 30th anniversary. I believe it was 30th or 40th. Well, anyway, 30th or 40th. Don't ask me to do the math. I'm not that good at it. I also picked up the Fatale, number 13. Number 12. Number 11. Number 10. And number 7. If you've watched any of my past videos, I highly recommend this series. It's crime noir, H.P. Lovecraft. Some of the issues are set during the 1960s, so you get that vibe. The main character is this lady that you see on the front. She is possessed by a demon that looks like Cthulhu, and sometimes that demon comes out and tends to do a little damage to the people that she's with. So, but it's a really cool story. Haven't read these issues that I just got, but anyway, the ones I have read have been very good. Found these in quarter bins. I was happy to find them just to have. This is Kirby Genesis, Captain Victory, number 1 by Dynamite. Also got Kirby Genesis number 8. Number 7. Like that Alex Ross cover. Really cool. Number 6. Number 4. Now, it's like set those covers in and just look at those things. These are awesome. And number 1. I've heard a good bit about this series, that it's basically Dynamite taking a lot of the Fourth World stuff that Kirby never got to develop, and some of the stuff that he did for like Pacific Comics, I believe it was, in the late 80s, some of his later work, and developing it and expanding on it. And I've heard some good things about it, I've heard some bad things about it, but for 25 cents, 50 cents a copy, I thought I'd pick it up and judge for myself. Go ahead and get these out of the way. Alright, got Kick-Ass 3, number 1. They again, this was another they had about 8 different variant covers for, but I went ahead and picked that one up because I liked it. Got Kick-Ass, I'm guessing this is the original, number 6. Got Airboy, number 19, Return of the Rats. Got this one because I liked the character, and I think this was quarter bins, and instead of, if you got 5 comics, you could get 5 for $1, so they were 20 cents a piece. Anyway, so I picked this one up to kind of round that out. Also picked up Autumn Lands, number 7, and number 9. If you're not familiar with this series, this is a Commandy story that Kurt Busiek wanted to do at DC, and they wouldn't let him. So he took it to Image and did it there in a series. I think it was It was at least 14 issues because I've got number 14. How long this series went, I have no idea. But the ones that I have read, if you're a Kamandi fan, you really need to pick it up. All right, got Cosmic Odyssey, Book 1. I don't remember this series, but it's Jim Starlin, Mike Mignola. So thought I'd pick it up. I think this one was a quarter. So got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, number 3. Number 2. And number 1. Picked up Captain America, the 1940s newspaper strip, number 2 of 3. First time I've ever seen this, so I'll read it and see if it's any good. If it is, I might try to pick up the other 2. Got Captain America, Theater of War, Ghosts of My Country. I've got the other one-shots and didn't have this one, so I picked it up. Captain America, the Korvac Saga, number 1 of 4. I have got number 2 or number 3 of this. Picked it up a couple of years ago, and it was pretty good. So I was able to find this one. So I'm trying to maybe get the other 2 issues that I need. Got Captain America Patriot number 3. Like that cover, really cool Bucky cover. And number 4. I'm pretty sure I've got number 2 or number 1. I'm pretty sure I've got number 2, and I was also able to pick up number 1, so I'm almost certain, slide that over a little bit, almost certain this completes that miniseries for me. Picked up Incredible Hulk, Future Imperfect, Book 2, or Part 2, and Part 1. These did not come out of the quarter 50-cent bin. These were couple of bucks. I had read about this story and how good it was, so thought I would pick it up. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, let me check here, see if it says. Well, it doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure this is George Perez art, maybe. Anyway, so thought I'd pick that up and read it. Alright, got Flash number 336. 332, number 298, 297, 196, and anyway, I'm trying to get a long run of Flash. This 196 is an upgrade. No, I didn't pay 16 bucks for it. I'm sure it was either like $5 or $6 that I paid for it, but anyway, also got Justice League number 24 and number 18. This fills in some holes for me. They would pick these up fairly cheap. As you can see why. I mean, this one's got like a stain in the middle of the cover, and I think the other one had a bottom right side of the cover, had a little piece out of it. But anyway, fills in some holes for me, so if I decide to upgrade one day, I can do that. Picked up 1 issue of Fantastic Four, number 95. I don't know what it is, but man, these Fantastic Four issues are like expensive, really expensive, more expensive than they should be. But anyway, picked up another one to inch a little closer to having a pretty good long run. Picked up Thunder Agents number 5 and number 4. I love Wally Wood's Thunder Agents. These are hard to find. This one particular dealer, who I'm gonna give a shout out to, called Mark Scott Comics. I bought a lot of stuff from this guy, and I mean a lot of stuff. A lot of what you are going to see going forward is going to be stuff I bought from him. I bought it was 80 or 90 books from this guy. They always have the best deals. The condition of their comics is usually really good for the price. So if you see this guy at a convention, I highly recommend that you go and check this guy out and spend some money with him, because he's real good to work with you too, especially if you buy a lot of books. Also got Dynamo from Tower Comics, #2. That one's in really good shape for what I paid for it. I think I paid maybe $7-8 for that. Really good shape. Also got Dynamo #1. That one's not in quite as good a shape, but for what I paid for it, no big deal. Got X-Men #113. Pulled that one out of a dollar bin. Got Teen Titans, the original series, #6. I am oh so close to having this entire series. I think I need maybe 4 or 5 issues now. I've got #1. I think I need like #2, #3, #25. I think there might be one more issue that I need. But I was glad to pick this one up because I haven't been able to find these cheap. But again, Mark Scott Comics. Check this guy out. I'm telling you, if there's a deal, he's got it. Got World's Finest, #153 and #149. I have got every World's Finest comic from 1962, from the latter part of 1962 to the end of the series, and this helped me complete. I think it was, I needed 149. I think it's from 1965, and this one is from like, well, anyway, it was like 1964 or 65. I had needed a couple issues, and these were the 2 that I needed. So now I've got all of them from 1962 up to the present. So very, very happy to get those. Got Unknown Worlds #57, 52, 49, 34, 28, 27, 26, #3, and #2. And I'm going to go ahead and end this one. I'm already up to about 18 minutes. Stay tuned for part 2. I've got probably about a little less than halfway through the box. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with part 2 here pretty shortly. Thanks for watching.